What's up, guys? Today I wanted to show you a quick video on how to install LED headlights on a 2019 Kia Niro EV. This is the EX trim, and headlights are super easy to put in as long as you are careful when you're putting them in as far as which way to have the bulbs and getting the proper bulbs. All the bulbs that I have in this video, I'm going to leave links in the description of the video so you can check them out. I did buy them all on Amazon. I also replaced the map lights in the interior of the car, the dome light, and the license plate lights. So I'll show you those as well. And let's get to it. All right, to get to the main halogen bulb that's inside of this projector unit here, just trace it around to the back, and you'll see this cover right here. And it just unscrews to the left. Counterclockwise always to open, and then clockwise to tighten it up. You can remove this cover for the fuse box to help you get in there a little bit better, but just turn it, unscrew it, and pop it off. Alright, once you get the cover off, it has a rubber seal around it. That rubber seal can come off. It's just kind of put on there. Just make sure when you're taking it off that stays on so it doesn't drop and you lose it into the abyss. But just set the cover aside and we'll get to the bulb. And there's the bulb and the connector. And you're just going to push the tab on the back of the connector. If I can get it to focus, push that tab on the bottom, and then the bulb will come out. Alright, so this is the original factory installed halogen bulb. Now, if you look at the way the unit was inside of the car, it was like this. Okay, so you're going to put it in, and then it locks down into place. If you look at the bulb, you can see that the filament is basically straight across. Okay, see if I can get it in there. So when I put the LEDs in, and I'll show you the LEDs here in a second, you're going to want the LEDs to be on the sides, just like that filament is. Another thing to note when you're taking out your halogen bulbs, do not touch the bulb with your fingers without gloves on, because the oil in your skin can actually lessen the life of the bulb. And if I ever need to put these back in, I'm going to want them to work. So be careful when you're touching. Always wear gloves. The LED bulbs that I bought are fanless. I prefer fanless because the fans in these LED bulbs tend to burn out over time. And it's just better to get a unit that has a very good heat sink and is designed to be fanless. On the bottom, it's the same connector as the other one had, except it's connected to this wire. And if you look at the design of the bulb, this little cutout here and this flat end are not there just to be there. They're there as a design feature to mimic the halogen bulb. So when we're putting this bulb in, we're going to want to put it in sideways, and when we tighten it down, we're going to want it to end up like this. If for some reason the tabs, these tabs here, which are used to lock the bulb into place, are not correct, like if I can't put it in this way and turn it and lock it so it ends up like this, you can adjust this part of the bulb in the housing to make that happen. Okay, I'm going to try it and see if it works. Most of the time they are designed to work that way. But when you buy a bulb, especially a lot of the ones on Amazon, I did get these on Amazon, but you have to make sure you get the ones that are designed to basically replicate a halogen bulb. So a lot of the ones you get on Amazon, they're completely flat. They don't have this bump here. They don't have this cutout to isolate the light from the LEDs. If you don't have it designed properly, the light's just going to scatter, especially in a projector unit. You want to get ones that are designed well. So let's go put these in the car. Now, we turned the bulb counterclockwise to uninstall it. So we're going to turn it clockwise to tighten it down. So I'm going to want to start with the bulb flat like this, and then turn it and lock it into place. All right, once the bulb is in, it's locked down tight, and it's situated the way we want, which is, if you look at this one, it's like this, straight in and flat, or like this. Focus. So it's in and it's locked in this way. then we can go ahead and reconnect the connectors, which is going to be this to this. Once it's connected, go ahead and push the wires in. Try to keep it away from the heatsink, as best you can. Once you have it all in place, it's tightened down and it's the way we want it to be positioned, just put the cover back on and we'll be all set. Now that's good, it's not going anywhere. On this side, this one's just a little bit easier to get to. You have more room because the fuse box isn't right in the way. This one's going to be the same exact thing that we did on the other side. Counterclockwise. Cover comes off. There's your bulb. Counterclockwise. Again, be careful when you're touching the bulbs. You're not going to go ahead and put your greasy fingers all over it. Just like that. Now if you look, that's the connector there. Again, once it's in and it's the way you like it, or the way it should be, take that wire, keep it away from the heatsink, tuck it in, put the cover on, and this side's done. Well, don't put the covers on unless you test it. As you can see, they're flickering because of the frame rate of the camera, not because of any flickering. You can't see that if you are standing here, but they work. And once it gets to be nighttime, you're going to want to turn them on, I'll put them against my garage door and make sure they're level and they look even. And if they're not, you can go ahead and adjust them from there. All right, now for the side marker lights, which are going to be right here. These are a little bit different because you have to remove a panel to get in there. These are the ones I got. These are 194 LEDs in amber. I'll leave a link in the description. These you have to remove. It's very easy. They just have these little tabs that you have to take off. And there's one there. You just push on the center with something sharp like a pencil. And then there's one there, and there's one there. So 3 tabs. This comes off. I've already taken this one off. And that is right there. So you're going to turn that counterclockwise and pull it out. Now these aren't wired to any wire per se. There's a metal contact in there that when it's screwed in, makes contact with and then allows the light to work. Alright, so counterclockwise, you're just going to turn it. It's going to come out. And as you can see, this is the entire unit. So there's a metal contact on the bottom there that makes contact inside. And that's the whole unit right there. You're just going to pull that bulb out and pop in the new one. And that's it for this bulb. This is what it looks like once the bulb's installed. And then you're just going to do the whole thing in reverse. Pop this in, turn it clockwise until it locks, and it's done. Remove put the panel back in, and you're all set. Just make sure it's flat. It goes in, turn, locked, done. Same thing on the other side. Alright guys, so before you put everything back together, just verify that everything works. These do not work. These are T10 bulbs, but I suspect that because they're 12 volts, that little connector can't put out that much power because the bulbs are actually very small, the original bulbs. So what I'm going to try is I had some of these left over from my when I installed my dome light and the reading lights when I switched those over to LEDs. Same T10 bulb, but much lower wattage. So I'm going to pop these in and see if it works. That did the trick. It looks like the other bulbs that I got were just too high a wattage for that little connector to work. So if you're going to get side marker lights, get the T10 connector, and you just need a low wattage. They don't have to be amber, they can be white since the glass there is amber. Now to put this thing back, very simple. If I could do it with one hand. Just get it in there, and it goes right on. And if you're unfamiliar with these little tabs, I wish everything was made out of these things. They're so easy to use. You're going to reset it once you take it out by pushing the little button up. And you're going to put this in there. So seat it down and then push the button. They lock into place. They're very simple. Be careful when you're holding these things that you don't drop it, because if you do, it'll be gone forever. And the last one is right there. All done, all back in place. Now, as far as the dome light is concerned, they take two bulbs. These are not the normal T10 bulbs, which look like this. These bulbs will go in the map lights or the reading lights here. This dome light will actually take this style of bulb. These are 31 millimeter LED bulbs. Like that. I'll leave links in the description for all the different bulbs that I'm using. To get this off, you're going to use a plastic tool to pop this off here and here, and then take this off. I'll show you once it's open. So once you pop it off, just take it off like that. Oh, it is a single bulb. All right. So that just pops right out. You pop the new one in. And once you got the new one in, just make sure it works. It does. Pop the cover back on, and this is done. All done. As far as putting LED brake lights in the Niro, if they don't, if you have the regular bulbs like I do, you can only change this brake light, because these you cannot. These are not user serviceable or user changeable. These you can do by taking this unit off. I'm not going to mess with all that. As far as the license plate lights, underneath, you see these here. These are very, very easy to change. There's a little tab here you're going to push, and then this will pop down. You take the bulb out, put the new bulb in. They're the T10 bulbs like I showed you in the dome light. I mean these are T10s, not the round ones like we used here. Not those, but these. And there's another one on this side. Take you less than 2 minutes. All right, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video on how to install LED headlights into the 2019 Kia Niro EX. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. If you could like this video, I would appreciate it. And if you want to see anything else concerning this car, again, just ask in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to make a video for you. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you later.